All right. Let's see. Let's see if this is testing. Do you hear me? Do you hear me on this audio? Maybe. I'm going to use this device. Yes. Bigfoot. Settings. Bigfoot. Okay. Okay, how about now? Is this better? Is this any better? I got my ring light of God right here. Okay. This is just not the most flattering angle, but I've got it. Okay. Can we hear me now? Can we hear me now? Can we hear me now? Check your sound. Thank you. How we looking now? How we looking now? Can you hear it now? Can you hear me now? I plugged in the mic. Let's see if the new mic's working. I'm working on it. Let's see. I think I might have to go to is it working now? Do we have audio?
Yep.
Yes, we do have audio. All right. Perfect. Okay. We got it now. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Sounds good. Welcome everybody to my first stream on the new setup. I've got a nice little computer here, and I've got use my phone camera as the camera. Let's see if it can handle this. Sometimes the camera has not been liking this so far. Camera video might go in and out. We're still working on the details here. Still working on... Yeah, there we go. There it comes back. I don't know why it cuts in and out sometimes, but maybe my phone's Wi-Fi just isn't very good. We got it. Got 'em. Okay. All right. So, let's see here. Let's take a look at our... How do I bring to the front? What? Okay, thank you. All right. Let's see. How do I even... I don't even know how to use this at all. This is my first time using OBS, so please order. Move to top. There we go. That's what I want to do. Okay. I want to move... we're going to be looking at Earthquake 3D. So let me go ahead and look at that and show you. I am sharing the screen. Okay, as we go ahead and take a look at our earthquakes today, we can see I've got this beautiful... Let's go ahead and scroll to only showing the earthquakes in the past day. Yeah. So, still showing these earthquakes here in the North Atlantic Ridge, and these upper fives down here in Guatemala and southern Mexico. So you see the light blue lines I've got here. I hope that my cursor is showing up on this, but let me know in the comments if my cursor moving over the globe is showing up. I've got the moon and sun paths on there. on the globe here. Let's make sure that I've got all my feeds on as well. Oh, I'm on the EMSC feed. Let's look at USGS 7-day refresh. Let's look at my combined feeds here. USGS 7-day. All right. Apply. There we go. There we go. So, in the past 24 hours, it looks like we've had quakes here in West Texas, in Oklahoma. Not really sure why some of these are going in and out. But, here off the northern and southern coast of California, we've had a few earthquakes up here in Alaska and in Hawaii. Continued activity here in Papua New Guinea. This is also just according to USGS. Haven't figured out how to combine too many feeds yet. Let's take a look at the active volcanoes, which is something I can do on here. Take off all the other feeds and just look at the active volcanoes. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, so this is a really cool feature on Earthquake 3D. We can take a look at the active volcanoes as little stickouts here. I don't know why it's not letting me combine feeds very well yet, but that will all come. This is all, every single software I'm using now today is a new one for me. So thank you all in advance for your patience with me as we learn how to use these software. Santiaguito and Fuego here, and Popocatépetl, Reventador and Sangay. Sanjaya, Dukono. Here's all of our favorites. Lewitobi, and Aria. I think they mean Sakurajima and Suwanosejima. But yeah, oh my gosh, we've got all the volcanoes here. Let me just take you on a quick little tour of Earthquake 3D. Let me go back to showing the, let's do USGS. Do all the feeds. Apply. Gonna show us? Yeah. Okay. So there are several different views I can take. Ooh, that's a weird looking one, isn't it? There are different views I've got here on Earthquake 3D Pro. Some of them will show more of the, I want to turn on depth exaggeration. Yeah, the reason you would want to show it from here is because the depth exaggeration, the more the rings stick out, the more, the deeper the earthquakes were in the surface of the earth. So like, for instance, let's look at an area where they've got some really deep ones, and also turn on maybe the Philippine volcano feeds and the Australian feed. Let's see. Yeah. So you can see these deeper quakes stick off the map just a little bit more. And if I showed y'all the shells, you'd be able to see these are the shells of the earthquakes where they kind of ripple out to. Now I'm still not getting the most accurate feed on here because it's not showing what happened in like Kyrgyzstan, for instance. And I'm going to have to switch to the European feed to show you anything in Greece. But basically, proof tested, worked. We did it, guys. We're really streaming and showing you earthquakes. Well, it looks like some of them aren't showing up very well on the actual stream. Let me go back to, oh, well, if I pick some, area that has them. Yeah, there we can see them. Okay, awesome. Uh, Cursor is showing. Thank you so much. To my mom and my parents, both of them, could not do it without you. Okay, so let's take a look now at. I'm going to have to learn some tricks. If any of y'all have tricks, this is my first ever live stream on OBS. So if you have any tricks, please put them down in the comments. I'm going to be tagging this video for trying to get all the streamer nerds in here to tell me what to do. Let's see, can I move my phone camera here and still get... Can I still get a picture of me? Yeah, kind of, but not really. This is the tricky part, I think, is I am filming on a flip phone. Connect in a second. It'll reconnect. It will reconnect. Here we go, reconnection. I mean, y'all don't really need my face for this. I just want to show my screen, but I'm just, you know, vain enough that I want to see my face on here too. Pair device. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, little phone. Little flip phone that could. Okay. I have to like point this. All right, there we go. All right, note taken. I will not move the flip phone around too much. I actually might unplug this soon. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be using this service to... I'm not going to be broadcasting from my phone very often because it's dead quite fast. It's already on low battery, so I'm gonna try to get my webcam working, but haven't figured that out yet either. Let's see, are we working? Again, thank you so much for your patience, everybody. This is really riveting stuff, I know. Think I might just do without a camera if it doesn't connect right now. Yeah. I think this is just... I'm not going to use the camera right now. I'm going to... How do I... Can I just, like... Do I have to delete this? I guess. Yeah, I'm just going to delete it. Okay. Well, at the very least, my sound is coming through. It wasn't a great picture in the first place, so I guess I'm just sitting here with my studio lights on for the effect. I'm going to get back to doing our update in a second. Gotta plug my phone in. And remember, y'all, if you want to buy me a webcam, you are more than welcome to do so at the links in the description box below. Okay. Now, let's take a look at what's happening on the Reykjanes Peninsula. I want to bring this to the front and do that. There we go. Again, I have a feeling I'm going to be learning as we go here. Okay. So, we are looking at the Reykjanes Peninsula. We've seen once again an increase in earthquakes, a little rumble. I believe this to be kind of cyclical with the tides and with the diurnal variation of the electromagnetic background frequencies. Boy, that's a mouthful to say, but basically, sun go up, sun go down, make big earthquake go up and down. I think that we are looking at a little bit of an uptick in activity, especially if we go out to the Reykjanes Ridge or look at the entire, how do I look at all regions? Yeah. If we look at all regions here, I think that we are seeing a little bit more activity than we saw last week. There's also a really cool website I found, Advanced 3D Bulge. This is a website that shows underneath the peninsula. Might be kind of hard to see here, but underneath the peninsula, there are 3D mapped locations of where each earthquake has been in this whole session of earthquakes that have happened in the waking up the unrest of the Reykjanes Peninsula. So it's really cool to see a stack of these earthquakes. I don't have any key information. I did email the creator of this asking if he would share what he means by the different colors on this map, but I found it really cool. I am also eagerly awaiting more activity from this area, just as you are. Let's take a look at today's volcanic activity while we're online. This is another one that I totally can put as its own window in OBS once I figure out how to do that. All right. Alrighty, let me move this because I'm missing some of these. I'd rather move this here so that you don't see the ads. Okay. Okay. So we're looking at Sakurajima. Pretty nice view of that. Still exploding, though you can't see much ash on the satellite image there. Merapi is still exploding. You can see some of the ash on the map there. Dukono is still actively erupting. Eruptive activity of the volcano resumes. This is what that looks like from the ground. A nice image of that. Thank you very much. Volcano discovery, and then our usual suspects throughout Central and South America are continuing to erupt. Now let's go back to this home page. Ongoing observed volcanic activity. Eruption on the Reykjanes Peninsula. New eruption. I mean, this doesn't indicate that a new eruption has happened, but they had it on here. Honestly, Reykjanes, I could be erupting right now and we just don't see it. Let me go to the Icelandic Met office to make sure we didn't miss anything. Volcanic eruption has begun. Ha ha ha. I knew it. Okay, a volcanic eruption has begun between Mount Hagafell and Mount Stora Skogafell. The eruption began at 2023 UTC on March 16th with a 2.9 kilometer long fissure forming quickly. The length and location of the fissure is similar to the February 8th eruption. So, let's take a look at this. Show me the picture. Okay, it's just that tiny. All right. I want to see some... Yeah, volcanic eruption has started between Stora Skogafell and Hagafell. Let's look at this. Okay, so we do have a new hazard map. See, guys, I told you I thought that this was an eruption just by looking at the earthquakes. And look at that. We do have a new eruption here in Iceland. Yes, score one for team today's weather tonight. I correctly saw that there were a lot of eruptions and thought a lot of earthquakes and thought maybe this was an eruption. Okay, so speed of the lava flow is estimated to be at 1 kilometer per hour. I'm so glad that I double checked this. Now we are about 5 hours into the eruption. The activity has been fairly constant for the whole length of the fissure. We've got zone 3 is now in the very high purple hazard map region, and this is the eruptive fissure. That is what we're seeing erupt currently. Let's go zoom back out. It looks like if that is where our eruptive zone is, I'm thinking that the lava will probably flow where that February 13th lava flow went. And it'll be a good thing that they got more walls built around there. But honestly, it's probably going to go over this little area right here is where they built a road back over the February lava flow. And y'all, I don't know. I just, why did they build that road? Anyway, commentary aside, we've got high hazard risks in zone 1, 4, 5, and 6. And remember that we don't have a zone 2 anymore because the other day they recombined zone 2 and 3 all to be in one zone of threat. So we're looking at the risk of tephra and gas pollution, fault movements, sinkholes, lava flow, and fault movements in all of these zones. Let's go ahead and showing the status of the eruption at 2140. Look at that, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful lava flow. Gorgeous. It looks like it's just a flowing river of lava. Beautiful clouds forming in the background. And you can kind of see this interacting with, they've got some weather going on in there's always weather going on. They've got some atmospheric weather going on in zones in quadrants 1 and 4 of Iceland right now, right here and here. They're in a yellow alert for weather. So this is the interaction of both rain weather and lava weather. Truly a big day for the channel here. Truly a big day for the channel to have a combined of course there would be an eruption the day I decide to level up my broadcasting system. Cuz you remember, y'all, I'm not going to say it. This is a really cool map of the different levees that they've got built around here. It's a good thing that they've got this one built as well. So far, looks like maybe Grundavik is in the clear for lava flow from this eruption, but I wouldn't... The Blue Lagoon, however, I don't know if it's going to get out of this thing unscathed. Thought to be the largest in terms of magma discharge of the previous 3 fissure eruptions from this crater row. The estimate applies to the first hour of eruptive activity. Higher uncertainty. Yesterday's update was higher uncertainty than before about the timing of the next possible eruption. Remember where we were saying this has just barely passed the volume of magma where the minimum where the lowest amount of lava was reached for an eruption to happen? Well, here it is, y'all. All right. The onset of eruption was confirmed on web cameras just 40 minutes after emergency management got a warning. Let's see. Okay. So, we are looking at also a northeasterly blizzard in the area. So just northeast of where we've got an eruption, they've got a blizzard going on in Iceland. So the land of fire and ice, y'all. And doesn't this picture color graphically look like the hazard map. That's just a beautiful comparison, like a beautiful contrast of images right there. Phew, I am holding my Bigfoot mic right now as if it's a stage mic. I'm so excited. Let's look at these earthquakes again. Yeah, that's what made me think that this was a... Okay, so where on this was... Let's look at just the Reykjanes Peninsula. So this started at 21-ish. Okay, so these orange and later dots are the ones associated with the eruption. And remember how we said that there would usually be... I'm calling back to a lot of different episodes, but we talked about the periodicity of the earthquakes, like the cyclical wave-like nature of the rounds of earthquakes leading up to the previous eruptions. I think that we can see it pretty clearly here, that there's been a low rumble really all throughout the day Saturday, and then an abrupt stop. And that abrupt stop is where motion goes from being kinetic movement into thermal movement of breaking down that rock. And this has finally broken down the rock enough to erupt and get a good fissure eruption off. So that is quite exciting. Let me see if I can pull up a I don't like having to show you guys me Googling stuff, but you know, it's our first day with this computer. We're gonna be a little rough with it. Live okay. Which one's going to be live right now? Let's get a live Iceland cam up. None of these are actually live. Okay. This is live. Yeah, there we go. That is the actual eruption right now, y'all. I'm going to leave that up there and try to... how do I resize this so that I can get this up there? Can I crop it? I don't know if I know how to crop it. Oh well, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm also going to put it over the yeah, let's just put that over there. Let's just have this erupting in the background right there. That'll be good for now. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So, oh man, wish you guys could see my face right now. I'm so excited about this. I mean, I'm extra excited because it's a really interesting weather phenomenon that doesn't immediately threaten life or limb, you know? I think that's the important part to remember when you get excited about weather is don't get too excited if it's putting people in danger. You know, that's a bit of a, it's not just a faux pas. It's like it's really not good vibes at all. Okay, let's take a look at Radar Omega while we're up here. I haven't refreshed this in a second, so forgive me. But I do have Radar Omega on my computer now. Yay! We can see all the actual radar stations instead of just the satellite stations. So let's take a look at the severe weather going on down in the Gulf Coast region. Still getting a lot of rain down here in Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, the Arklatex region. I just think that's such a fun word to say that I'll say it again and again. Looks like we've got some discrete cells passing from Nacogdoches, Pineland into Natchitoches. You know, two totally different city names, Nacogdoches and Natchitoches. Also got something here in near Shreveport. Let's see if any of these will give me... Let's get single site radar for Shreveport. And yeah, look at, instead of high-res reflectivity, let's look at velocity. Okay, are we seeing any velocity couplets? I don't know. Looks like everyone's pretty in the clear. Base velocity. Let's look at from this radar site. No, I mean, everyone's looking pretty healthy right now. Even though this is a discrete cell, it doesn't look that bad right now. Let's make sure that my warnings are on. I'm going to do alerts. Oh. Not looking too bad. Especially compared to what it was the other night. Little Rock. Let's see what's happening there. Not much. Not much. Memphis. We're looking pretty clear tonight, honestly. I want to go back to... Let's see if I got any cameras here, guys, because I can see cameras on this one. Here's a camera from Jackson, Mississippi. Not much to report, but boy, it'd be cool if we could see a tornado from one of these cameras. It wouldn't actually, because tornadoes aren't cool if people are in danger. Okay, let's always remember that. From here, looking like some of these are very outdated radar stations as well. Thank you for your patience as I get very distracted with how cool this is. I'm just over here in awe at the amazing... It's like everybody's had these computers for years, and I'm just now getting with the times, and wow, it's blowing my mind how slow of a computer I've had for years. I just didn't even know, y'all. I didn't even know that computing was possible at this speed. Look at me just picking radar stations and they immediately come up. This is amazing. This is truly mind-blowing for me. Not looking too bad over here in the Carolinas. Let's see what the view looks like from Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Oh, look at that. Beautiful Charlotte skyline. Quite interesting. Quite a good view, honestly. Looking at 76 degrees and a 40% humidity, dew point of 50. That is a lovely evening in Charlotte, I believe. Now, if I could get one of these cameras at my place, we'd be set, but then everyone would know where I am, so, you know, hard to know. The Weather House, the Ryan Hall, y'all squad. I think he said his camera's not up. Oh, it is up. Look at this. Yeah. Ooh. What are these little tracer guys? What are these, like, lightning bugs or flies? I don't even know what that is. Cute little sprites, little spirits. Ryan Hall, y'all, is one of my favorite channels out of Kentucky. He's one of my favorite weather forecasters. Big inspiration to this stream. So let's go back out to look at the model views. Let's look at the GFS. And I want to look at... What are we looking at for tomorrow's reflectivity. Let's see. Let's see what this can do. I'll turn the camera icons off someday. All right, so that's what we're looking for. Our GFS has got that rain moving through. This is clicking right along. And that's tomorrow. Okay, wow. We're getting into... All right, I want to slow down. Okay, let's click through some of these. Okay. Oh. Disconnected. Disconnected? Who's disconnected? I'm not disconnected. Yeah, there we go. As we march forward into tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day, we're looking at some thunder showers sweeping through the panhandle of Florida and southern, Georgia shoreline, and not too much else. Looking like we want some convection to happen up here, but it's not going to. Still having a lot of showers here in the Four Corners regions. Then as we march forward into the beginning of next week on, let's see. Monday, we're all in the clear. Tuesday, then we get into Wednesday. We're looking at more of these Gulf region fueled storms, but that's getting 5 days out, so that's still a little bit iffy on the certainty. Instead of reflectivity, let's take a look at what our temperatures are going to be. Oh man, there's so many options, y'all. I don't even know how to stop myself. Okay, I gotta wait for it to render. I gotta slow my roll here. Gotta wait for the temperatures to render before I can do this. Okay. Okay. So here we're looking at our St. Patrick's Day forecast. 2 p.m. on St. Patrick's Day, gonna be freezing up in Chicago and mild in Boston. So watch out if you're around those crazy Irish lands. And in these crazy Irish lands of the southern Appalachians, we're going to get into some really cold temperatures overnight on Sunday night into Monday morning. I was thinking of St. Patrick's Day night, and St. Patrick's Day, the evening of St. Patrick's Day, where you might have a hard freeze in the mountains. So if anything's budding or need it covered, we'll look out for that, because also on the overnight hours, Monday night and Tuesday night, we're also looking at some pretty cold temperatures as well. But after that, this brief little cool down period, looks like we'll get this last week of March is going to be the last little bit of cold, possibly. We might start spring sometime soon, but for now in the mountains, definitely, we've got the 6 more weeks of winter prediction was right. Did everybody like my Groundhog Day episode a month ago where I educated you all that there's actually there's not a groundhog, there's a squirrel in the western North Carolina mountains. Pisgah Penny, that's who predicts our squirrels. Let's see. What else do I even do? What else do I even show on this channel? I want to add another... How do I do... Browser? Okay. Can I just use this as that? I think I can. Okay. Maybe. Yes. Yes. Success. Is it working? Am I still live? I think I'm still live. Still ticking at 40. Yeah, let's do this one as that. Got the little thing, and then I can move this to... move this to the top. There we go. And then resize this so it's in the corner. This and this. Let's get Earthquake 3D on a better view. And feed. And okay, yeah, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking, baby. That looks right. Okay. I don't know why half the earthquakes drop out sometimes, but they do. Anyway, now that we've got all of that up, let's take a look at the rest of what we usually talk about on this stream. Let's go to, so we've done volcanoes, earthquakes, and we've got Reykjanes erupting. Yay. We did atmospheric weather a little bit. Let's go now to look at our solar weather. Let's see if there was any sort of trigger other than, that's not the solar weather I'm going to yet. I want to go to this one. Okay, so remember yesterday we had this giant coronal mass ejection, and we had some Earth-directed coronal mass ejection, and then we finally got a good eruption. Let's see what happened right before the eruption. Not much. None of these coronal mass ejections are looking... Well, that one looks cool because you can see these little circle-y boys. These little circular petals coming off of that lower left-hand quadrant of the screen. Looking really interesting. Really interesting means that I am interested in it and I don't know what it means. Just noting it. And also we see these positive and negative difference images, speckles. That is the radiation storm that began yesterday. We're still having a little bit of elevated proton flux. We went back down from solar proton storm levels at around, we stopped being in a geomagnetic storm around 14 to 15 UTC today. There was okay. So right around the time of the eruption of the Reykjanes Peninsula, there was a moderate R1 radio blackout and some moderate M-class solar flares. So let's take a look at our solar flares. Yeah, guys, check that out. Okay, so 4 hours before the eruption, we had M3.53 at 1630 UTC. Then we had another moderate spike around 1920, and then right around the same time as the Icelandic eruption, we had another M-class flare. This is the first time we've had 2 M-class flares in a day in weeks since we got those 3 X-class flares in one day. That's really exciting to see all of this line up together. I want to see, and then this is our radio blackout area. So if you're in the polar regions or over in the very volcanically active West Pacific, you're probably having at least 15 to 20 decibels of radio noise on the bands there. Let's see what this means for our auroral activity. Everybody, density's still really volatile. The speed is pretty consistent and really high at the moment. The solar wind speed is really high at 442.9 kilometers per second. And that is currently bringing a low density of protons per cubic centimeter, but the density has been randomly spiking really high. We are also looking at a southward magnetic field, so that means that anything coming towards the Earth right now is going to couple well with our magnetic field. Let's take a look at the solar flares on our I wonder which spots these came from. I wonder if it was from 3613, because that looks happy. That looks angry. Let's take a look at what our solar flares. Which one? I want to see. Yeah, let's take a look at this one. No, I want to look at high cadence, 48 hours. Let's sit back and relax and enjoy this pretty imagery together and look for these solar flares. They'll probably be in the second half. This was all of that coronal mass ejection from yesterday. This bright post-ejection prominence. Still flowing really well. This starts sparking up. Oh, and look at that. That looks like a filament wanting to erupt. And it's arcing over, creating some of those prominences. There's a little something there. And there's a coronal hole rotating into view too. All right, so couldn't really see the flares very well on that one. Let's take a look at the... Oh, that's from the ejection. I think this was it. I think these little Earth-directed... I mean, really, those are pretty Earth-directed, if that's where these flares came from. This little arcing action... You can see them lighting up like little nodes on a radio grid, just flourishing. Looks like a plant blooming. Look at that right here. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at this little S shape there. Oh, I gotta download. One thing I have to download on here is I have to download my little doodler. I have to download my doodler plugin so that I can draw things on here for you. Let's take a look at the magnetogram, though. I want to see the one that shows the lines. Yeah, look how complex this is. I bet we're going to get another coronal mass ejection from this area, and it's probably going to be Earth-directed this time, as opposed to the one that was over here that wasn't Earth-directed. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. You love to see it. You love to see... I love to see it anyway. Let's go ahead and take a look at our planetary weather for today. Let's see, is this showing what I want it to? Yeah. I think I'll do that. Drag this here. This here. Do this a little bigger. Still got that eruption going strong in the background. Love this. Love having this. Haven't taken a sip of water the entire time, and all is at an hour. Okay, so we are looking at a conjunction. Okay, so that was the that's our golden ticket for today's eruption, is a square, this, of course, a sun moon square. How many times have I said it? A sun moon square is a great geometry for eruptions. That sun conjunct Neptune, squaring moon in Gemini. Gemini is also trining Mars in Aquarius. Mars in Aquarius is in a semi-sextile to that Sun-Neptune conjunction. So this is fathoms below, and I think of Mars as the more fiery lava type sign. But Gemini is really bringing forth big, monumental, sweeping changes in our ideas of what the world is. So I don't like that Uranus is going into Gemini, but if it's got to leave Taurus, I guess it has to go into Gemini. So not super psyched about what that means, if this degree of Gemini is indicating some sort of eruptive release. I feel like the moon is really the key here, linking this Sun and Neptune to Mars in Aquarius. We're looking at Venus is now officially within 5 degrees conjunction of her conjunction with Saturn in Pisces. And we've also got Mercury now within a conjunction, almost like a 6-degree conjunction with Chiron, the wounded healer. We also see a 6-degree conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus. So expect the unexpected as we move forward with this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I have a feeling that things are about to just snowball. I don't know what I mean by that, but like, it's here. We're hitting the ground running with this thing. We've got a mutable sun and conjoining its ruler, Neptune in Pisces. We've got a mutable moon. We've got a fixed Pluto and fixed outer signs. We're in really fixed and mutable territory right now. This Aquarius to Pisces and Taurus to Gemini axis is really honing in on what we're saying right now. Can I say what we're saying? No, I absolutely couldn't tell you what I mean by that. But we are in a Saturn day, and we're about to be in a Saturn hour, but we're currently in a moon hour. If I had waited a little bit longer, I would have been in a Saturn hour. And oh, dang, I just forgot it. That I forgot to text my friend Wes that I was going live. Oops. Well, I guess no time like the present. Okay. Pardon me, folks. We'll just watch that beautiful lava footage. Watch that beautiful, beautiful eruption. Okay. Oh, and yes, you did just hear me texting on a flip phone. I have a flip phone. That's my, I was trying to show you guys that earlier. That was like my one video thing that didn't really connect very well. Um, yeah, it's a, I enjoy having retrograde technology because it's better for my mental health. Um, all right, let's see. I'm feeling like I want to look up the Sabian symbol for 27 Pisces. Um, in deterministic astrology, there are symbols for each of the degrees. All right. The Sabian symbol is the harvest moon rises superbly in the east. The light of day is shamed by the colors of an autumnal evening. And the Kosminski symbol is a horse running with flames issuing from his nostrils. That is the symbol for where we've got this Sun and Neptune conjunction. That feels ominous and correct for the taking a look at the picture that they issued for the current eruption. Doesn't this look like, a flame rising in the east? Even though this is at night for Iceland, the harvest moon rises superbly in the east. The light of day is shamed by the colors of an autumnal evening. This is the colors of an autumnal evening. This is a horse with flames coming out of its nose. That is just a beautiful, beautiful synchronicity, I would say. And then the next one is, oh, I didn't mean to go back that far. The one for 28 Pisces, which is where the sun is about to be, is night has seemed as light as day. In the odd shadows of diffused whiteness, the fertile fields appear quite alive. A black cat sitting on an old parchment-covered book. That is where we are going to finish out this Pisces transit as we work towards as this volcanic eruption continues. As this volcanic eruption at the same time as a blizzard continues. We are working toward that, these beautiful symbols. I also want to see this really tight wedge of a triangle between here and here is just quite interesting. I also can't deny the square between Mars and Uranus right now playing a part in this. I thought that Venus would be a bigger part of this configuration, but I bet that Venus's co-presence has something to do with it as well. As we are looking at, I'm going to make this a little smaller now. These are our current transits. Go back to our current radar. I'll get better at this as I practice. As a practice, as I practice using this new software. I hope that's letting me stream the YouTube, but if it's not, whoopsies. Open Studio. Not responding. Why aren't you responding? Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay, well, whatever. As I'm rounding out the end of this broadcast, I just want to say thank you so much for everybody for tuning in tonight. It's been wonderful to experience the new eruption of a new field of lava with you guys. I'm so excited to be moving forward with updated technology, being able to show y'all multiple pages at once and run really cool software. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a reading. So our cosmic weather, we've done the solar, the planetary, the atmospheric, the geophysical. Let's do a little very hard for the bowl to resonate in here. I bet that the computer has something to do with it. In that case, let me go ahead and light some of this incense to try to counteract the negative vibes, the extreme electron output of this computer. All right. Beautiful. If y'all had smell-o-vision, I was talking to my friend earlier about that. If y'all had smell-o-vision right now, you would smell Palo Santo, so just imagine that. Oh, I didn't play my kalimba for you guys today. Let's do a little bit of that. Okay. That's the vibe of today. Again, I'll learn how to play that one day, but not today. Okay. I just like to make the pretty noises. All right, let's take a look at our positivity deck. Unfortunately, we are not going to have a video feed for this today, but maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Hello to my viewers out there. If you feel like commenting, please comment. I would love to see your beautiful shining faces metaphorically through the comments. But if you're just tuning in, we are watching the active eruption of the Suðurníkar crater series in the Reykjanes Peninsula of Iceland. We're also seeing a live feed of Earthquake 3D and the current composite radar of the United States, as well as we've got the current planetary transits on screen. These are kind of the four basic pillars of what I like to forecast with on this channel. And by forecast, I mean look backwards into the past, because we're picking whatever forward timeline we're on by being in more perfect alignment with knowing which past one we're on. Okay, does that make any sense? If it doesn't, good. It's not supposed to make sense. Okay, what does that mean? I don't know. Okay, this is the card that I'm pulling from my affirmation deck. It is a watery reflection of the moon in a lake with a little greenery in the background. And it says, "The vibrations of my being influence the universe." That's just what I was saying. Everything vibrates and is communicating, reacting, responding, and integrating with other vibrating things. Once you begin to offer your vibrations on purpose, now you are in absolute control of your experience. Beautiful, gorgeous, love it. Okay, let's go ahead and pull. I'm going to pull one from each of the 3 decks that I've got tonight. So I had the selenite charged one earlier. Put that with that. And now I am going into my liminal space deck. And this is the one that sounds really good. Let me mic it up. For the shuffle. Because it's such a nice, satisfying... This is a really good card deck. Like a good quality. Oh. Just the cleanest one ever. Okay, and the card that jumped out for that one is Black Lives Matter. So, that is something that we should always try to keep in the forefront of the vibrations that we're putting out into the universe. Remembering what that means on all levels, metaphorical, physical, esoteric. Let's try to decolonize every practice that we possibly can, and remember that Black Lives Matter, not just in word, but actually in action, and we got to put that at the forefront of our practice. We're not decolonizing anything if we aren't holding space for those who are most vulnerable in society right now. That includes Black trans lives, Black disabled lives, really Black women's lives. All kinds of Black lives are, and you know what I mean by this in an intersectional way. This is a really important thing to remember. Our vibrations go so much further than what we can perceive of them. So everything you do, it's really important to do it authentically and have the best intentions at heart. And by best intentions, I mean something that resonates with your highest and greatest good, your character. So even if it seems weird, you need to be being yourself in order for everybody else to flourish. Don't know how else to say it other than the way I said it in my TED Talk. So go watch that if you haven't seen it. Okay, YouTube's not responding again. Is it because I said Black Lives Matter? Come on, YouTube. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, we're still live. It looks like we're still live. Okay, going ahead and picking from my Labradorite Charged Tarot deck. Do a little shuffle for this one. Remember our intersectionality and how our vibes matter, because they all intersect with all vibes in every plane. King of Cups. King of Cups is the last card we've pulled for today. Really, truly remembering when we're supposed to be feeling our feelings, how we're supposed to apply them, being in absolute mastery and control of your feelings. Not just hiding them or knowing how to suffocate them, but knowing how to channel them into decisive, intentional action and loving life. loving life enough to know when you are supposed to feel very deeply into a moment and when you're supposed to hold back for the greater good. I think King of Cups energy can apply to the other two cards in a way of, let's know when to get excited and when we need to be a little bit more cautious about our emotions. Let's not be withholding. Let's see. All right. I think my stream might be dying, so I think my stream is really trying to die right now. So I'm going to let it die a merciful death. It's been a minute and 13, so I'll just end it there. Thank you all so much for being here with me tonight, and have a lovely evening. I love you all very much. Bye.